Hey guys, Footy Manager TV here. Welcome to episode number 9 on my Manchester United FIFA 16 career mode. First up in this episode, we're going to be scouting some more players. You'll see that a bit more as we go into January. Up until January anyway, we'll be looking for some players that will be available on a pre-contract. Leave your thoughts if you've played the game so far, which players become available. Yeah, if you've gone that far into a career mode, you would have to play the hell out of it for the first few days of the early release, or if you've got the game now anyway, or if you just know, if you scouted some players that are running out of their contract in the first season, and you think that will suit us, and maybe suit my style of play, everything like that, and our current needs. But I'm pretty happy with our squad where it's sitting. Like, we've got our attacking players, our midfielders, and our defenders. We have a solid squad. I really wanted to do that purposely in the transfer window, and I did. I signed some good players, very good defenders going forward, like Laporte and Marquinhos, for the next basically 10 years. They're probably going to be our two best centre-backs, but who knows? You don't know transfers and everything like that. They may want to leave in a few seasons. You never really know what's going to happen in FIFA career mode. But we did have a nice shot there from Schweinsteiger, but again, it was straight at the keeper. It wasn't really looking like being a goal on that occasion. But here, Rodwell, Sunderland may have a chance actually, but they go back and they're not really in a rush. They're not really in a rush to score, and this is the showcase of kind of how FIFA 16 is. All teams try and keep possession, but that's where it's not going to suit some teams. That's what I want to talk about. With lower teams, it's not going to suit them because they should play in a more attacking or counter-attacking, They should play in a more counter-attacking style, not like trying to play Barcelona, because eventually I'll win the ball back and then I'm going to attack and hopefully score goals. But leave your thoughts on that with basically every single team trying to play that possession style as we're pushing for a chance here. Schweinsteiger. See, we just can't get the space. They're sitting back, and unfortunately, yeah, they did make the challenge. Second half, though, now, we do need to make some changes because it isn't quite going our way so far. We're going to bring on Ander Herrera, actually. We're going to bring him in one of the defensive midfield positions, hopefully, to make it a bit more attacking, not really changing the positions. I'm not sure about changing formation yet. What do you think about that? To try and score more goals. But Ander Herrera creates space for himself, and Pantilimon makes the save. That was a really, really good chance. But how about Ander Herrera? And that's from the defensive midfield position as well. But don't forget, he has high attacking work rate. I suppose that's a good move anyway. We don't really need to change the position. If he's got high attacking work rate, he's going to generally do that. But then here, it was Ashley Young with the last chance of the game. He took the strike. It rebounded off Yunus Kabul and found its way to Juan Mata, who found the back of the net. Some luck involved there, can't lie, but we deserved it. We were peppering the goals. We were attacking all day, attacking Sunderland all day, but we finally got the breakthrough. No doubt Sunderland will feel hard done by, without a doubt. I'm not going to shy away from that. They defended really well for the whole game, but we kept on going. We didn't give up, and that's something I pride myself on. I don't give up. I don't get scared it's going to injury time. I still believe we can score, and you saw that there. You can see tough conditions as well, a rainy day, but again, we were able to do it. A good defensive performance. Obviously, I kind of want to be beating teams like Sunderland by more than 1-0 and 1-0 in the last minute in injury time. But look at that. Leicester City beat Arsenal. So Arsenal's not doing too well at the minute. They lose. At least we haven't lost in the league yet. That is a good sign. That's why we're in a decent position. But next up, we've got to move on to the next game. We've got 3 games in this episode. Hence the very long video with some other stuff going on as well. So leave your thoughts if you like this longer video, even though they won't usually be this long because it's a task. It's a task to do a long post commentary about 19 minutes. But anyway, look at the stat here. This is the only stat you need to know. We are first. Of course, you can look at the minimal goal scored, but at the end of the day, if you are first, that's all that really matters, doesn't it? Of course, you can focus on needing to score more goals, but that will come. That will come with time for me playing FIFA 16, just gradually getting experience with the game. That's normal. Still very, very early, especially when I record this, was like 3 days, my 3rd day or 4th day of playing the early release. But to be first and still having improvement coming in my gameplay and everything like that. That's really exciting for this season. So yeah, hopefully, and especially that I'm doing 2 career modes as well. It's like getting double game time in, so I'm only going to get better quicker. So that's a really, really good sign. But we have to show it right now in the Champions League. If we don't win this game, we could be in trouble. So we need to be winning, even though it's like away from home against Wolfsburg. Not an easy team to beat, And also we're getting a report on Caceres, Martin Caceres. I've always liked him as a defender. What are your thoughts on him? Signing him on a pre-contract as a defender. We've got money in the bank, but there is a few players I may want to go for. I don't want to give it away, but there's one amazing player that is running out of his contract in the first season. Hell, you may know it already, but yeah, wait and see, and I'll show you in the coming episodes, and he's definitely someone I want to go for and would be a big difference maker to the team. So here we're going to have an early chance. Look, Daley Blind and all the space in the world. I was actually surprised that Daley Blind was able to get that clear. I was just hoping it would be someone else that would have a better finish on him. But look at that header there from Memphis. I'm surprised I couldn't score that. That was a pretty decent effort, which makes it a good save from their keeper as well. So we do get another corner. Second attempt. Can we get it again this time? No. Naldo clears that. And he's so tall. Look how big he is. He's as big as the goalkeeper, probably a little bit taller. Crazy. Our third corner. Can we do something with it? No. The goalkeeper, he did his job really. You cannot deny that. He just kept out all the chances early in the game, and now Wolfsburg are going to go with a chance. It's Varina on the ball, I believe it is right now. He finds Cruz. Cruz, that was a bit of a waste. That was a really good build-up, and then Cruz wasted. He's on the ball here again. That's a bit better. He finds Schürrle. Honestly, I thought that was going in. When I was playing that, I'm like, oh no, we're going to concede here. And pretty lucky. We're pretty thankful that I didn't concede in this match so far. So Wolfsburg, they're playing a very good game. They cross it far post. Oh, David De Gea. That's the first one he really had to make the save on, though. But I thought that was going to be a goal again. Lacazette picks up a yellow card. We're actually going to change his number later in this episode. A few of you have been requesting that. But look, he's against Naldo. What can he do? He's like 6'9" or some shit. Or 6'6" probably. I think I've read that in his profile before. But yeah, he's a complete giant. And his body, he's just so strong. And Rooney... I suppose that's my fault, but I can't remember why that happened. Maybe I was holding sprint while I tried to control the ball. I think that happens. But anyway, I've got to explain this move here. Luke Shaw coming off for Schneiderlin. Schneiderlin's not coming on at left back. You know how we start Daley Blind? We bring Daley Blind to left back and then Schneiderlin to centre defensive mid. So I thought I should explain that, as I'm sure someone would probably say that if I didn't explain it. So here, we may be looking at a chance. Juan Mata, really good challenge by Schürrle. I like Schürrle. I really rate him as a player. Very good German player, but here, Schweinsteiger in midfield, showing his strength there. Really well done by Schweinsteiger. And now it's Memphis out wide. He's trying to run through the defense. He got past one guy, and then their defender makes the challenge. And at least we win another corner. We've got a few corners, but I'm not really taking the opportunities. Memphis puts it in this time. And Naldo, he's too good. How are you supposed to get a goal from a corner when they've got Naldo? He gets it every single time. So here, we're going to make a couple of changes. Lacazette and Memphis coming up, and Philippe Anderson and Anthony Martial coming on. A couple of younger guys, that hopefully will make a difference. Especially Philippe Anderson, as I wanted him to be an amazing player for us because I signed him, of course. He was almost going to sign in real life, I think. But again, someone pointed out in the comments that United are linked with a lot of players. But still, I thought it was still a realistic move to go for him. Especially he's a talent. And I want to bring talents to the team. That's one of the main things. But here, the game should have ended if we didn't go so quickly. The header from Rooney was perfect to Martial. Then Philippe Anderson finds Rooney. He's out wide, not much space to move. So he gets past his defender. He could actually score here. Wayne Rooney! Rooney! He wins it late for us, and we do it again. We score in the 90th minute to win 1-0. Absolute crazy. This time was Wayne Rooney. Previous game was Juan Mata, but this is just a huge difference. That was Sunderland in the league, and this is in the Champions League where we needed a win. We picked up a draw in the first Champions League game, and now we look like we've got the 3 points. Surely that should be the last kick of the game. Injury time, that's it. We'll go defensive, but yeah, the ref is going to blow time right there. And Rooney, how good has Wayne Rooney been? for me this season, he's been better than he has been in real life. He's been an inspirational captain for me. We had 5 shots on target. Again, it's where we have less possession. Of course, you know, FIFA 16 is all about possession. The CPU keeps possession so much, as you know. But look at that, Marquinhos. He was man of the match. I'm really happy about my signings, Laporte and Marquinhos. Some people might think unrealistic signings, but there's a very small amount of players that would actually be realistic signings. But I'm liking them. I'm really liking them as players. And yeah, we're first in the league, and now we're in first position in our group as well. Look at that, ahead of Wolfsburg. So it's still going to be tight. We're only 2 games in. I'm not like getting excited. Oh, we're going to get into the knockout stages already. There's still a lot of work to be done, but I'm first in both competitions at the minute, so you can't really complain too much about that. And it's good because I can only get better at the same time, and I'm already top in both competitions, which is pretty cool. But I know personally I do need to get much better at creating chances, which will come. Also, our first scout report, we get Ryan Norman, who looks to be a defender. Maximum potential of 94, minimum in the low 70s. He's going to be one of those talents, and we can actually train them. But there's something I want to tell you as well. You'll see that in the episode. I tried to unnerve Arsenal there. We'll see if that works. And you can see there the scout saying all they can found in a couple countries. And I'm going to change what I'm looking for. I'm looking for first team quality, but I think I'm going to take that option off and then just search for any players in those countries, because yeah, maybe some random player might come up that's not a really high overall yet, maybe not over 80, maybe mid 70s or something, but they look like a good player. So I was looking for another scout, but because scouts are cheaper this year, I'm going to settle for no less than 5-star judgment, and we'll go for that. So Ryan Norman, you can see his overall from the start as well, and this is something I wanted to show. I'm not sure if many other YouTubers have got to this stage in their careers yet where they getting scout reports back, but physicals are much better on youth players. Just thank God for that. The technicals are the one that's really low, so that's realistic. And it's not just the speed attributes that are quick. Even stamina is one of his highest attributes. He got aggression and jumping in there as well, so that's really good. But also something I noticed, his face is not real in the game, or they don't have a generated face, but I think that was updated into the game because when I played it like the next day, he did have a face. So that was a bit interesting. And in my Bundesliga career mode, I had one as well. So don't worry about that. So Lacazette changing from 13 to 14, which will result in Philippe Anderson going from 14 to 15 as well. I know Lacazette was 10 in his previous club, but Rooney is number 10 for us. And I believe Philippe Anderson, I think he's number 10 as well for Lazio. So, yeah, you can't have them all the same number. And just before this stage anyway, they were all randomly handed those numbers. I didn't choose it. So please keep that in mind. But any other players you want to change the number, drop in the comments, but I won't do it for just one person saying it. I notice, multiple people saying change Lacazette from 13 to 14. I guess people think 13 is unlucky, but to me, just a number, so it doesn't bug me too much, but I can understand why it may trouble some people. So here, as I said, I was going to take up first team quality, bump up the age to 22, as I think that's what they need to at least be, or is it 23? But either way, if they're 22, they could turn 23 before that time. But anyway, we've got a huge game against Arsenal here. If we win, we'll go back top. Leicester City, look at the teams up there. Leicester City, Newcastle United in the top 4. That's a good thing as well. But look at that, Arsenal, Spurs, Man City pushing up. So I reckon it's going to be a really tight finish to the season with those teams kind of pushing up. Now, Man City were around mid-table, and now they're pushing up a bit. So another reason for us to keep winning, because this is Arsenal. This is a hard game. We've played against a lot of mid-table teams and that kind of stuff. This is a real challenge. We did play against Liverpool as well, and we didn't score against them. It was a 0-0, one of those 0-0 games, wasn't it? So hopefully it could be a different game here. We'll have to see. Memphis, he looks to be in a lot of space. Plays it through. Darmian, why is he in the striker position? And he completely stuffed up the shot. I noticed that with Darmian. I've had a few chances with him. I'm not sure how many you've seen, but it really is hard to get it on target with him. He's really a poor shooter. But anyway, look at that by Wayne Rooney. He scores and we are in the lead. But yeah, Darmian, he's a really good fullback, but he struggles a bit in the finishing department, which you don't expect him to be in that position too often. But how about Wayne Rooney? He's doing much better than I expected. Especially, I thought, he might not be a good striker in this year's game because he's got high defensive work rate. He's still got that finishing ability in him, that's for sure. But look at that Daily Blind completely smashing in there. And then he's running forward, wants to push on, get a number or another number forward. And Ashley Young, could he do it again? He's against Mertesacker. Murdersucker's slow. He can keep going. Ashley Young goes bang. And he makes it 2-0 late in the game. And surely we've got the 3 points here. Who said I can't attack? Look at that from Ashley Young. Absolute. He looks like the fastest guy in the world when he's running against Murdersucker. But Ashley Young, that begs the question. Should he be starting now? He created 1 goal in that game against Sunderland. He didn't score, of course, but led to Juan Mata scoring it after he came off the bench. Juan Mata just too good to finish that. But yeah, how about that goal? Of course, you got to take into account was against Murdersucker, one of the slowest players in the game. But you know, like that finish, how good was that? That was a fairly good finish. A lot of power in it. So that's maybe what we need. We need someone to take those opportunities. But again, only 2 shots on target, but I'm becoming clinical. I'm taking my chances, which is a really, really good sign because, you know, my defense is already sorted. I'm so good at defending in FIFA 16. A lot of people are. I think it's a bit easier, to be honest, but we're first. So you can't really complain about too much. Obviously, you look, we're first, that's good, but I judge myself harshly probably than anyone else. I know I need to be scoring more goals, especially when it comes to Champions League and later in the season. But here, Bastian Schweinsteiger picks up a 2-week injury, but it just means there's going to be more of a chance for Schneiderlin and also Michael Carrick probably to rotate off the bench as well. You probably want to see him playing a few more games, but I told you in an early episode, I think, that he will start to play more games as the season goes on, just because of injuries and more cups going to be starting, like FA Cup later in the season as well, once January hits. Here we're going to actually add the youth player, just so you know, you can train youth players. I'm sure you found that out already from other YouTubers, but Norman, and again, it doesn't show a face in the game for him, for Ryan Norman, doesn't show his face, but the interesting thing is, he's left-footed, but his position is right back. But as I said, yeah, his face will be added to the game, or generated anyway, I think would have been with the update. I'm not sure if anyone else faced the same thing. So you can see here, Laporte, A rating, very good. Martial, B rating. I really see those 3, attacking positioning, finishing, and shot power, those 3 will work on exactly what he needs. So see Ryan Norman up to a 53 overall, and very good potential. And you see those physicals. I'm so pleased. And again, like I said, it's not just pace, stamina's really good as well. So I think he can be a good player. And this is where my series hopefully will be a bit different from some other people. Sometimes I get people comparing me to other YouTubers, that kind of stuff. I'm always about developing youngsters in everything I do. I do Football Manager videos as well, FM16 coming out in November, and that's a big thing I'm about. So we're going to build an English youth academy. So some people who think I haven't done realistic things so far with transfers or whatever, hopefully, yeah, I'll kind of get that back with building an English youth academy, which would prove to be a very realistic thing to do, getting a lot of English young lads into the team. Leave your thoughts if that is a good idea. And also, I'd like to get another scout as well. So there will be some other countries, but it will mostly be focused on English youth players coming through. But look at that, Chris Smalling went +2. He's actually looking really good now. He's got 88 standing tackle. Crazy, and very good physicals as well. So should I be playing Smalling more? But our current centre-backs are doing a really good job. So what would you do? You're not going to change your centre-backs who are keeping clean sheets. What would you do in this situation? But anyway, more rotating will need to be done as the season goes on, like I mentioned, with cup games coming up and all of that. Schweinsteiger going up. Absolute craziness, isn't it? Crazy. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.